Good morning, students. In this lecture, we are going to discuss the semi-group of relations, okay, in which we have considered the set of relations on some set A, okay, some non-empty sets A, and we define two different binary operation, which is the composition of relation and the union of relation, okay. So first of all, we define the relation, okay. Let A and B be non-empty set. A relation R from A to B is a subset of A cross B. That is simple. Subset R of A cross B is called the relation from set A to B. That is, if R is the subset of A cross B, then R is said to be a relation from A to B. Okay, we have already discussed the relation in our UG. Okay. Now, for AB belongs to R, we say that A is related to B by relation R. Okay. It is denoted by A, here the symbol R, and B. A, R, B. If A is not related to B, then it is denoted by A. Now here it is R and slash B. Okay. If A is equal to B, then both the sets are same. And if R is the subset of A cross A, then it is called R is a relation on set A instead of a relation from A to A. If both sets are different, then we says that R is the relation from set A to set B. If both the set are same, then we says that R is the relation on some particular set A. Okay. So these are some basic introduction to relation. Now we will discuss some special types of relation. So first is the reflexive and irreflexive relation. A relation R on a set A is said to be reflexive if the order pair AA belongs to R for all A belongs to A. That is, every element is related with itself, then this relation is called the reflexive relation. Okay, every element is related with itself. That is, A is related with A for all A belongs to R. Okay. A relation R on set A is said to be irreflexive if A order pair AA does not belongs to R. That is, A is not related with A for all A belongs to R. Not single particular element, but for all A belongs to R. If A is not related with A, then we can say that relation R is irreflexive. In case of reflexive, we say that every element is related with itself. In case of irreflexive, we say that every element does not related with itself. Okay. Now the empty relation. Let A be a non-empty set, then the relation R is equal to 5, which is the subset of A cross A. We know that empty set is always subset of any set. So consider R is equal to 5, that is empty set is subset of A cross A. Then this relation R, which is empty set, is called the empty relation. Okay, these are some basic definition of relations. Now the symmetric relation. A relation R on set A is symmetric if whenever order pair AB belongs to R, then BA belongs to R. That is, if element A is related with B, this implies that B is related with A. Okay. So this is the symmetric relation. Okay. If A is related to B, then B is related to A. R is not symmetric if we have some element AB belongs to A with A is related with B, but B does not related with A. Okay. If we get some order pair AB which is in R, but BA does not belongs to R, then we can say that relation is not symmetric. Okay. If we get single pair, okay, only one we have to find of such pairs. In case of symmetric, for all AB belongs to R, we get the BA belongs to R. But in case of not symmetry, we get only one pair AB belongs to R, such that BA does not belongs to R. Then we can say that relation R is not symmetric. Now the asymmetric relation. A relation R on set A is asymmetric if whenever AB belongs to R, then BA does not belongs to R. Okay? Here BA belongs to R. Here BA does not belongs to R. That is, if A is related with B, this implies that B does not related with A. Okay? For every pair AB belongs to R. Now if R is not asymmetric, if we have some AB belongs to A with both A related with B and B related with A. Okay, if we get one pair AB belongs to R such that AB belongs to R as well as BA belongs to R, then we say that R is not asymmetric. Now the antisymmetric relation. A relation R on set A is antisymmetric if whenever order pair AB belongs to R and BA belongs to R, then A is equal to B. That is, if A is related to B as well as B is related to A, then A is equal to B. That is, both elements are same. So this is the definition for the antisymmetric relation. Now if R is not antisymmetric, if we have A and B belongs to A with A does not equal to B, that is both elements are not same, but A is related to B as well as B is related to A. This is the contrapositive statement of antisymmetric relation. Okay, we can say that this is the contrapositive statement of this statement. Okay, here we get A is equal to B, so here then we can say that this is antisymmetric relation. If it is not antisymmetric, then we get two element AB belongs to A with A does not equal to B, but this will hold. Okay, here we get does not equal to. So this is the contrapositive statement of this statement. Now the transitive relation. A relation R on set A is transitive if whenever AB belongs to R and order pair BC belongs to R, then order pair AC belongs to R. That is, if A is related to B as well as B is related to with C, then A is related with C. Okay, we transit from AB to AC. A is related with B and B is related with C. Then we get the A is related with C. Now if R is not transitive, then there exists ABC belongs to the set A such that A is related with B and B is related with C, but A does not related with C. Okay, A is not related with C. So this is the definition of transitive relation. We all know this definition in our, we also learn this definition in our UG, okay, in our BSc. So this is not that much hard for you. Now the equivalence relation. A relation R on set A is called an equivalence relation if it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Okay, satisfy three conditions. First is it is reflexive, second is it is symmetric relation, and third one is it is transitive relation. If R satisfy all these three conditions, then we can say that R is an equivalence relation. Okay, now the composition of relation. So first of all, consider let R1 is a relation from set A to set B. Similarly, let R2 be a relation from set B to set C. Then composition of R1 and R2 is denoted by R2 composed with R1. We can also denote it by R1 composed with R2, but it will be the relation from the set B to A to B. Oh, sorry, not that. We will define only R2 composed with R1. Then the composition of R1 and R2 is denoted by R2 composed with R1, and this relation R2 composed with R1 is a relation from set A to set C, because here our first relation is R1 and the domain of R1 is A. Similarly, second relation is R2 and the domain of R2 is B. So B, set B work as a bridge from the bridge between the R1 and R2. Okay, set B work as a bridge between R1 and R2. So we can define composition R2 composed with R1. For that, domain is A and codomain is C. Okay, as similar as in function. Okay, function is defined from the relation. Okay, so there are domain and codomain in function which is comes from the relation. So here A work as a domain for the R2 composed with R1 and C is the codomain. Okay, so the composition is denoted by this symbol. Okay, and this is the relation from A to C. How we can define? For that, consider if A belongs to A and small c belongs to C, then A is related with R2 composed with R1C. This is our new relation. Okay, A is related with by the relation R2 composed with R1C. If and only if for some B belongs to B, we have A related with B by relation R1 and B related with C by relation R2. Okay, that is A is related to C by relation R2 composed with R1 if and only if there exists B belongs to B, such that A is related to B by the relation R1 and B is related to C by the relation R2. So this is the simple definition of composition of relation. Or you can also verify that the composition of relation is an associative. Okay, composition is associative. If R1 is the relation from set A to B, R2 is from the relation from set B to C, and R3 is another relation from set C to D, then R2 composed with R1. Okay, what is the associative property? R2 composed with R1 R1 composed with R2 composed with R3 is equal to R1 composed with R2 composed with R3. Okay, you should verify this property in your assignment. Now, equality relation or diagonal relation. Let delta be a equality relation or diagonal relation defined on set A. Okay, then delta is equal to A order pair AA, where set of all order pair AA where A belongs to the set A. So this relation delta is called the equality relation or the diagonal relation, because delta is subset of A cross A, which includes all the order pair of same element. First and second both elements are same, that is A related with A. Okay, delta consider the all the order pair AA. Okay, which is the subset of A cross A, and this delta is called the diagonal relation or the equality relation. Okay, we will use this delta as the identity element. Okay, so now the semi group of relation. We define two different binary operations to form semi group of sets of relations. Okay, so first of all, let A be a non-empty set. Let script R, here it is script R, not capital R. Let A be a non-empty set. Let R be the collection of all relations defined on set A. What is the R? Script R is the collection of all relations defined on set A. That is, R is equal to set of all relation R. R is the relation on set A. Okay. Now, if R is the relation on set A, that is, R is subset of A cross A. And script R is collection of all such subsets R of A cross A. Okay. Then our aim is to show that R, that is script R with binary operation composition, is a semi-group where this dot is the symbol of composition of relations. Okay. So what is our aim? To show it is semi-group. So first of all, it is clear that R is non-empty. Okay. Because if we consider delta, then this delta belongs to R. Okay, equality relation always belongs to R because this is A is non-empty set. Okay, so this equality relation also belongs to R. So R is non-empty. Now our aim is to show that it is semi-group. So we show that the composition of relation is associative, and this is your assignment. Okay, you should find composition of relation is associative. You can check the proof of this theorem in the Google. Okay, so proof is, since it is clear that R is non-empty, okay, as we have discussed previously. Now we will show that composition of relation is associative binary operation. That is, composition is associative. You can verify it. Now, since R is the set of all relations on set A, there are not 4 sets. You should in the previous I have discussed R1 is the relation from set A to set B, R2 is from B to C, and R3 is from C to D. There are 4 sets, but here R is the set of all relation on set A. That is, whenever we consider 3 elements, okay, 3 relation from the script R, then all these 3 relation are the relation on set A. Okay, then it is known that composition of relation is associative. This is your assignment. You should find the proof and write down in your note that the composition of relation is associative. Hence, for all R1, R2, R3 belongs to R, R1 composed with R2 composed with R3 is equal to R1 composed with R2 composed with R3. Okay, you should write R3 composed with R2, R2 composed with R1 is equal to R3 composed with R2 composed with R1. Okay, you can write any notation because here our main set is A. Okay, all these 3 relations are on the same set A. Okay. So composition is associative. Also script R is non-empty. So script R with the binary operation composition is semi-group. Okay. Now consider the equality relation delta belongs to R. Here we have considered the equality relation delta belongs to R. Then delta is equal to set of all order pair AA, where A belongs to set A. Then for any relation R belongs to script R, delta composed with R is equal to R composed with delta is equal to R. Okay. First of all, how it will possible? So let us consider element A is related to element C by a relation delta composed with R. Okay. Now the composition of relation, from the definition of composition of relation, there exists B belongs to A such that A is related to B by the first relation. Okay, that is equality. It is A is related to B by the equality relation delta, and B is related to C by the second relation, that is R. That is, B is related to C. Now A is related to B by equality relation delta, that is, A is equal to B, and B is related to C. So we can say that A is related to C. Okay, here A and C both are the arbitrary elements of set A. A and C both are arbitrary. Okay, so whenever A is related to C by the relation delta composed with R, we get the A is related to C by the relation R. That is delta composed with R is equal to R. Similarly, you can verify that R composed with delta is equal to R. Okay, by the same process. Okay. Hence, delta work as an identity element for the semigroup R, script R. Okay, delta is the identity element for our semigroup. So, R, script R with the binary operation composition is monoid. Okay, we get the identity element, so it becomes monoid. Now our next example is script R with the binary operation union. Okay, what is the relation? Relation is nothing but the subset of the A cross A. Okay, here script R is the set of all relations on set A. Okay, now if we consider two relations from this set script R, then these two relations are nothing but subset of A cross A. Okay, and we can take the union of two subsets. Okay, so here we have considered the binary operation is union. Okay, we can use union as the binary operation because relation is nothing but the subset. Okay, that is sets. We can say sets, not subsets. So script R with the binary operation union is a monoid. Our aim is to show that script R with binary operation union is monoid. Since it is clear that script R is non-empty set, okay, our first aim. Also, union of set is associative. We all know that union of three sets is associative. Now, so for R1, R2, R3 belongs to script R. R1, R2 and R3 are the relation of set A. Okay, there are the relation on set A. Okay, so R1, R2 and R3 are subsets of A cross A. There are subsets. So Ri is subset of A cross A for all I is equal to 1, 2 and 3. And we know that union is associative. That is R1 union R2 union R3 is equal to R1 union R2 union R3. Okay. So union is associative. It is well known. Hence script R with binary operation union is a semigroup. Okay, for semigroup we shows that it is non-empty as well as binary operation is associative. Okay, so here union script R is non-empty as well as union is associative. So this is semigroup. Now consider empty relation phi belongs to R. We have defined it is semigroup. Now we saw that it is monoid. For that we have to find identity element. For that we have considered empty relation phi belongs to R. Then for any relation R belongs to script R, relation is set, and for any set union with the empty set is always the given set. That is phi union R is equal to R union phi is equal to R. Okay, union of any set with the empty set gives the same set which is given. Okay, so for any R belongs to R, phi union R is equal to R union phi is equal to R. Okay, so phi works as an identity element for script R with the union. Okay, our semigroup. Phi is the identity element for our semigroup. So we get the identity element. Okay, so script R with the binary operation union is a monoid. So this we have defined two semigroup of on the set of relations. Okay, first is script R with the binary operation composition and second one is script R with the binary operation union. These are the two semigroups, or we can say two monoids on set of relations. Our next example is let epsilon denote the collection of all equivalence relation. What script R is collection of all relations on set A. Now this is not epsilon, but this is script E. Script E is collection of all equivalence relations. Script R is collection of all relation. Script E is collection of all equivalence relation defined on A. Then show that script E need not to be a sub-semigroup of script R union. Okay, for this semigroup. Okay, our aim is to show this is need not to be a sub-semigroup. Now, solution is, since it is clear that script E is subset of script R. Okay, because the collection of all equivalence relation is always subset of collection of all relations. Now, R is the set of all relation on set A. Let A is equal to, we have considered particular example to show that epsilon need not to be a sub-semigroup. Okay. So consider non-empty set A is equal to set of number 1, 2 and 3. For that, first we define equivalence relation determined by the partition P. Okay. So first we define the equivalence relation determined by the partition. Let P be a partition of set A. What is the partition? Partition is we will divide a particular set in 1 part, 2 part, 3 part, such that these sets, the sets inside the partitions are disjoint. Okay, you should find the definition of partition in Wolfram method. There are so many options for you to find the definition of partition. So let P be the partition of set A. Then sets in P, okay, partition contains the small sets, okay. Then the sets in P are called blocks of P. Now define the relation R on set A as follow. How we can define the relation? A is related to B if and only if A and B are member of same blocks. A is related to B if and only if A and B are members of same block. Okay, શું કહેવા માંગે છે? What is the, first of all, partition એટલે શું? What is the meaning of partition? This is some set. We will divide it into two parts. So this part and this part, these two parts are the partition of sets. Okay. Now we will divide it in 4 parts. Okay, 3 parts. All these 3 are partitions. Okay, you can divide it into 4 parts. So all these 4 parts are the partition, or these small part is called the block. Okay, these are disjoint. Okay, the element of this block does not belongs to this block, as well as not in this block, as well as not in this block. All these blocks are disjoint. Okay, you will remember it. If we consider set 1, 2, 3, 4, then what is the partition? Singleton 1, singleton 2, singleton 3, singleton 4. All these are partition. Or someone says I have choose 1, 2, 2, 3. Okay, sorry, 1, 2, singleton 3 and singleton 4. Someone choose 1, 2, 3 and singleton 4. Okay, all these are partition of this set. Okay, and this particular set is called the blocks. Okay, so these are the partition, and the equivalence relation determined by the partition is the A is related with B if and only if A and B are member of the same blocks. Okay. Now let R1 be the equivalence relation on A determined by the partition P1 where P1 contains the block 1, 2 and the set singleton 3. Okay, P1 contains the two block 1, 2 and 3. Okay, now the relation R1. How we define the relation? If A is related to B, if and only if A and B are in the same block. So 1 is related to 1, okay, they are in same block. 2 is related to 2 because they are in same block. 3 is related with 3 because they are in same block. 1 is related to 2 because they are in same block. Okay, similarly 2 is related to 1 because they are in same block. So R1 is the this set. Similarly, let R2 be the partition or R2 be the equivalence relation on set A determined by the partition P2. Okay, here the partition is 2, 3 and singleton 1. We have changed the block. Okay. So 1 is related to 1 because both are in same block. Similarly 2 is related to 2, 3 is related with 3, 2, 3 and 3, 2 as we have discussed above. Okay. Now we get the two relation R1 and R2. Now R1 union R2 is equal to R1 union R2. This is the one order pair 1 1 2 2 3 3 1 2 2 1 2 3 and 3 2. Now 1 2 belongs to R1 union R2. Here 1 2 belongs to R1 union R2. That is 1 is related to 2 by the relation R1 union R2. Similarly, 2 is related with 2 3 belongs to R1 union R2. That is 2 is related with 3 by relation R1 union R2. Now 1 3 does not belongs to R1 union R2. Okay, there is no 1 3 in R1 union R2. That is 1 is not related with 3 by the relation R1 union R2. Okay. So transitive property does not holds. Okay, because 1 2 belongs to R1 union R2, 2 3 belongs to R1 union R2, but 1 3 does not belongs to this set. Okay, here R1 is equivalence relation, R2 is equivalence relation. Transitive property does not hold for this union. Okay, so R1 union R2 is not equivalence relation. Okay, that is R1 union R2 does not belongs to script E. Okay, so it does not belongs to script E. That means it does not form sub semigroup of the given semigroup. Let us see. That is R1 union R2 is not transitive relation. So R1 union R2 is not an equivalence relation. So R1 union R2 does not belongs to script E. This shows that script E need not to be a sub-semigroup of script R with union. Okay, this is easy. You can simply understand these things. Now, second example is so that script E need not to be a sub-semigroup of script R with the binary operation composition. In first example, we will discuss this for the case of union. In this case, we will discuss it for the composition. Now, let R1 and R2 be as in the above example. We have considered R1 and R2 both are considered in the above example. So, R1 is the set of order pair 1 1 2 2 3 3 1 2 and 2 1, and R2 is this. Okay. Now our aim is to show that this is not sub-semigroup. For that we show that R2 composed with R1 is not equivalence relation. Okay. So how we will find R2 composed with R1? Okay. We want to find the set of R2 composed with R1. So how we will find? Okay. So let us see. Here, what is R1? R1 is 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, 1 2 and 2 1. Okay, and R2 is 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, 2 3 and 3 2. Now our main set is A. Consider 3 element 1 2 and 3. Now R2 composed with R1 is relation from A to A. Okay, so R2 composed with R1 is relation from A to A. So first we consider element 1. R2 composed with R1 1. Okay, so this is R2 composed. Now composition will be R1 1. Now R1 1, 1 is related with 1 as well as 1 is related with 2. So we get the two possibility. R2 1, R1 1 is equal to 1 as well as R1 1 is equal to 2. So R2 2. Okay, now R2 we will the in the relation R2 1 is related with 1 and no in other no. So R2 1 is related with 1. For the relation R2 2 is related with 2 as well as 2 is related with 3. Okay, so there are two cases. 2 is related with 2 as well as 2 is related with 3. Okay, so we get the 1 is related with 1, 1 is related with 2, 1 is related with 3. So we get the 3 ordered pair 1 1, 1 2, 1 3. Similarly for 2, R2 composed with R1, R2 R1 2, R2. Now for 2 the relation 2 is related with 2 as well as 1. Okay, so we get two possibility R2 1 and R2 2. Again for the relation R2 1 is related with 1 and 2 is related with 2 as well as 2 is related with 3. So there are again three possibility. 2 is related with 1, 2 is related with 2, 2 is related with 3. Okay, so we get the 1 1, 1 2, 1 3. 2 is related with 1, 2 is related with 2, 2 is related with 3. Okay, these three are from the first. Now for the third, for the 3, R2 composed with R1 3. So R2 composed with R2 R1 3. Now 3 is related with 3, R1 3. There is only one, 3 is related with 3. So R2 3. In this 3 is related with 3 as well as 3 is related with 2. Okay, so there are two possibility. 3 is related with 3, 3 is related with 2. So there are another 2. 3 is related with 2, 3 is related with 3. Okay, so this set is the set of composition of R2 composed with R1. So we get R2 composed with R1 is equal to order pair 1 1 2 2 3 3 1 2 2 1 2 3 3 2 and 1 3. Okay, now in this set element 1 3 belongs to R2 composed with R1. Okay, you can see 1 3 belongs to this set, but 3 1, there is no 3 1 in this set. 3 1 does not belongs to R2 composed with R1. Okay, so R2 composed with R1 is not symmetric. Okay, let us see. Then observe that for 1 3 belongs to R2 composed with R1, 3 1 does not belongs to R2 composed with R1. That is, this is not symmetric. This is not symmetric, that means this is not an equivalence relation. Okay, this implies that R2 composed with R1 does not belongs to script E. Hence, script E need not to be a semigroup of script R with the composition. Okay. This is enough for this lecture. We will discuss the new topics in the next lecture. Thank you.